going on a road trip. Laura, you know where we're going?
Emergency vehicle reported ahead.
We are going somewhere we've been before. Anytime we go, we drive. It's about a 3-hour drive. And we're gonna go see somebody, surprise, a special guest. Who? Who? Maybe. Maybe not.
It has to be Auntie Claudia.
Why not? It has to be her.
It has to, because I know we haven't seen her like since I was 4.
It's a long time. Has it been 2 years? Oh my gosh. Oh
The
my
last time I
goodness.
seen her, I was 3.
No. The last time you seen her was with Auntie Party came down.
Yeah.
And I think we were going to Orlando for your birthday because that's when she gave you the Disney bracelets.
Oh yeah. She gave me.
So that must have been 4. Oh my goodness.
Yes. Because I remember I have the Minnie Mouse one on right now. And that's, remember when we went to that beach place and I got those pancakes my second time. That's the place she gave me the bracelet. So that must have been
Yeah.
where God.
She's out in New York for a little bit. And I figured we would drive to see her since it's been a while and it's been hard because she has such a busy, chaotic schedule. It's been hard to see her, so that's her surprise. We're seeing her today. So we're on our way there. We're gonna jam to some music.
Peace out, viewers.
Okay, I'm gonna start by saying this first. I asked Siri to open up TikTok safety first. I'm driving, I'm on the road, I'm taking a road trip, and I got, almost about a little under 2 hours. Where I listen to some music, Laura's sitting in the back with her headphones on, so I don't have any adult interaction. So I figured I'll answer some questions while I tell y'all what's on my mind on this road trip. Hi, Shani. Some of you already know me, some of you are new. So welcome. I gained my popularity because I married my husband on TV, and that was in 2017. We got married. It aired in 2018. I'm a mom of one. Obviously, I'm a wife. I'm a cosmetologist. I work full time. I own a salon. I have owned a salon, my own personal salon, just me. I've owned it for about 6 years now. Yeah, about 6 years now. I was in one location for about 4 years, and then this July will make 2 years I've been in a different location. It's just been me. I haven't had any other people working there other than my mom. She's a cosmetologist as well. I'm now 37. I turned 37 in April. And my thought process right now, while I'm on this road trip, is hair ideas for my photo shoot. So I've been doing a cowboy Carter country lookbook. I started this last year as far as country outfits because I got into country music, and I started just doing an LTK because my homegirl was telling me about LTK and doing all these things or whatever. And obviously consistency has been hard being mom, wife, working, and owning a salon is just hard, without having an assistant. And financially just affording an assistant and stuff like that just seems so unrealistic that it wasn't in my budget to do at that time. But anyways, yeah, so Cowboy Carter theme, country theme, that's what I got into. So I already did my lookbook for just basic, simple things to wear, or, to wear for country or Cowboy Carter, whatever you want to use it for, whatever. But I did that. So my next looks are glammed, and I already got the outfits on. I got them sorted out. They're really cute. I love them. So I've been thinking about like hairstyles. So while I'm on this road trip, in my mind, I'm just putting together that full piece of everything because last night I tried on some of the outfits, so I know what I need, what I don't need for things, and just doing the visuals. I'm a visual creator. I'm inspired by everything, everyone, anything, you name it. It brings inspiration. That's always been me. I graduated high school in 2006 with my cosmetology license. My mom's a cosmetologist. My godmother, she's actually my sister's godmother, but she's like godmother on everything. She's a cosmetologist. My dad owned a salon. My uncle owned a salon. Like, hair has been in my family for years. So it wasn't too far when I chose cosmetology as my trade in my vocational school. These people are driving so crazy. But yeah, I chose cosmetology, and so I've been licensed since 2006. I'm now licensed in both states for it. But anyways, yes. So I always wanted to be the person to create the entire look from head to toe. I went to school first for fashion merchandising, and after taking a break from school in high school, I went to school for fashion merchandising. And then I was like, I really want to design. Like, I like sewing. I want to design. So I went to Mass Arts Boston, and I started in their certificate program because it was hard to get into their degree program, and it was a lot easier to go from the certificate program. So I went from fashion merchandise degree to fashion design certificate at Mass Arts. And life just happened. Life got in the way. I was working, and I had an apartment at that time. So what seemed more important was working and making sure I kept up with that, and school just kind of took the back burner. And I'm like, why am I paying student loans? And I'm not even able to focus and concentrate. So I dropped out. Eventually, I want to go back to school and to get my degree, not necessarily in fashion, but I want to get my degree. But I'm just giving like the background of like what I've always wanted to do outside of being a singer. From a kid, I knew I was gonna be a singer or performer of some sort, but then I realized I don't got the voice for that. So that changed as I got older, and it's just been my creative side of being that creative director behind, everything. So that's a little bit about me, and I want to share with y'all. That was one of my thoughts.
Okay, thought number 2. So we are driving to New York for my baby to go see one of her godmothers. And I know, like, from me growing up, like when I had cousins or somebody that was like way older than me, like by years, I would call them auntie or uncle. So my other thought is, what do you guys, or what do you all let your children call like your close friends, like maybe a girlfriend that's been your friend for 15 years, or even a guy that's been your friend for like 15, 20 years plus? Do you let your kids call them uncle, or do you let them call them auntie, or what do you let them call, theirs? Because I let my daughter call, like, she knows who her aunts are, she knows who my sisters are, who her aunts are. I make sure I tell her that. But I have like really close friends that are close, I've known for like 20, 25 years. them like as a sister, as a family member or whatever. Like, yes, I know who my family is. Yes, she knows who her family is, who's blood or whatever. But some people are like blood, and some people are actually more like blood than blood is like blood. So it is what it is. But I just want to know, I just want to hear y'all thoughts and tell me what y'all think. Like, what do you let your children call people that are that close, you know, to you and to them or whatever? All right, bye. Okay, and thought number 3. What is this? Thought number 3. So, yeah. Back in 2019, in April, about a week ago, it was like 6 years that we've owned the house. And I just want to talk about that for a second. Let's talk about this, because I never really talked about that, and you know, like my goal and my idea was. So from whatever money we've got for being on TV, because we spent our first 5 years of our marriage, I want to say, and half of Laura's life, probably more than half, because when she's 6 now, up until 4 was on TV or something, whatever. Her birth, everything. So the way we met, me finding out I'm pregnant, to me delivering my baby, and then during COVID, we had been on TV. So literally probably the first 5 years of our marriage. But any money that we got from TV or whatever, and just doing side things or whatever, we saved and we got a house. My thought process was, which my mom had said, Shanice, you don't have to worry about me or whatever. Get your house you want, you dreamed of, da 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 da. I'm like, yeah, I know, but my dream is this. So my thought process was like, you know, let me get a multi-family so my mom can move upstairs. She can help me with Laura when we need help. My in-laws live in New York. So it's really just like my family that's here that can help us out. We're living in Massachusetts right now. It's getting expensive. The cost of living is only going up. What we're paying for a 2-bedroom at that time was like over $2,000 or whatever. And so we're like, okay, houses out here are really expensive and they're only going up. What we can get with the money that we have, we can get a multifamily, and it has to be, you know, outside of Boston. So we're like, okay, cool. That's what we're gonna do. And we ended up finding a 2-family. And this house that I found, I seen it and I was like, I really wanted a 3-family. Or even if I was gonna get a 2-family, I wanted more space, more room. And so I just kind of bypassed it, but everything was done over. I guess the person that bought it before, he bought it as a foreclosed or something like that. It was a fixer-upper, and he flipped it. And so just about everything was new or whatever. And I'm looking at homes. The realtor's like, you know, be mindful of this. And there was some tenants living in things, and I was just like, I don't know. I didn't see the vision of being somewhere, going through everything to like move somebody out. I didn't want to go through the hassle. So they ended up going down on the house. And I was like, you know what? Let me look at it. Let me just see if I can entertain it. And I went to go view it, and I went with my family. We all looked at it, and we were like, what do you think? Like, what do you think? What should we do? Is this cool? Is it going to work for everybody? And I'm like, okay, cool. Let's put a bid on it. And we got the house. And that's how we ended up in a multi-family. And yes, I could have bought me a single family and had more space and had everything that I want. But for me, I felt like this was the right choice at the right time. And I feel like if I'm going to win, we all going to win. You know, like this was something for us. You know, the mortgage is split. We're all saving. With everything going up now, it works out for everybody as a family. And I'm like, y'all look out for me. So I'm going to look out for y'all as much as I can, you know. And that's my thought process. let her take the top floor because she's up there. She had more people, and it was more space up there, and I actually did the entire attic over for her. So she has it. And downstairs it's like a 2-bedroom. So when I tell you, like, we outgrew our space, and Laura's getting older. So like, even if we wanted to have another baby, it'll be fine for like the first year, maybe 2, because the baby would be probably sleeping with us or whatever. So the next goal is just trying to find something bigger. But where? Like, I've decided, like, maybe going out and buying land somewhere and building a new house. I have all these things and all these visions, but first we gotta figure out what's going to happen within the next 2 years with my husband's career, with me, what I'm doing. These are all longer term goals, but that's definitely something I'm looking forward to. And I don't know if my mom's gonna be here forever too. She's saying, like, the weather out here and her body and stuff like that, like, maybe we might have, leave. And then my grandmother is in North Carolina, so I considered maybe getting property in North Carolina to be close there, and then letting my grandmother spend her last few years, in the house with us in North Carolina. So it's like a bunch of things out of the out in the open. But my goal now is just to work and try to save, because I've been dishing out money for like the past 2, maybe even 3 years. Like, money just going out, coming in and going right out. That I'm working on just saving and saving and saving and saving, so we can get what we need to get. I'm super proud of Jackie. He's almost done with school. And that's why I said, so it's like one of those things with, I don't know where the next 2 years is going to take us. But yes, that's just my little history of me being a homeowner. There was a lot of things that I experienced that I was just like, sheesh, what the heck? When we first moved into the house, it cost us $7,000 to fix the plumbing in the house. Like, I don't know. You have home inspection. I remember him running the water and everything. Literally the next day I moved into the house. Well, not the next day, but when I moved into the house, like the next day or whatever, I gave Laura a bath. At that time she was little, so she was still taking baths in the sink. I gave her a bath in the sink, and I let all the water, and I have like a farmhouse sink in my kitchen. So I let all of the water out, and all of the water just started coming up from out of the wash machine and dryer hookup pipes in the basement. And it cost us $7,000 to fix it. That was day 2 of us living there, So there's some things, you learn in homeownership. I know next time I'm gonna fill up all the bathtubs and just let it run. The next home I get when we go through inspection. What are you gonna tell me no? So just little things like that. And like, now I have more friends who have properties, and just talking with them and stuff. I think at the time it was a bunch of us, like, being first time homeowners, so like the resources were a little scattered. My uncle, he has his own house. He's had his own house for years, but as far as like just having a kind of like a support group and stuff like that, I think we all collectively was getting. My cousin closed on her house probably like a day or 2 before me, or a week before me, I can't remember, but our anniversaries like back to back on our home ownership. And then my cousin had just bought a house maybe like 2 years prior to that. So there were so many things that you learn or whatever. And now that I'm 37, almost 40, I have other friends who own homes and stuff. You just reach out for them to support when I do take that next step and that next level. But again, I don't know where it's going to be. I'm not too sure. But fingers crossed, that is my goal. So we will pen this and see what happens within the next few years. Because I know when I wrote down my 5 years before I got married, I got everything within 2 years. The husband, the baby, the house. That was all in my 5-year plan. And my salon. And I got all of that stuff within that. So I'm a firm believer in writing things down, and I have been writing things down. I started back writing stuff down because I just got sidetracked from that. But yeah.
I need to see a better.
You can see back here because I can see back here. Laura, say cheese. Put your New York hair on. I'm going to send it to Daddy. Come on.
That's my hat.
Let's get a little bit to the sun. Can we walk through? See? Here we go. Wait a second, Laura. Huh? It's a ferry. It's a ferry. You see the Statue of Liberty? Laura, the Statue of Liberty is straight ahead. You see it?
Yeah, but all it looks like I'm over there.
You can't go over there. We'll take a trip in the summer. Look through my phone. You can see it better. Look. Be careful because I don't want my phone to blow. Let me see my watch.
It's the sun.
See it?
Yeah, because you can see the detail.
Yeah, you can go see the details. We gotta go to it. That's what
Statue of Liberty made.
the ferry that you just seen. They take you over to the Statue of Liberty.
I want to take on it.
3, 2. Wait, do it again. Do it again.